Hey, it's Rich Tehrani. Thanks for watching. We're here at the 25th anniversary of the ITEXPO TECHSUPERSHOw in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It is actually the 41st event, and the year is 2024. On our program is Chris Grove, and he is with Nozomi Networks. Chris, welcome. How are you?
Thank you very much for having us here.
Our pleasure. Tell me about the company.
Nozomi Networks does artificial intelligence-based cybersecurity for critical infrastructure and industrial control systems.
Why do I need AI to ensure my industrial systems are secure? Like, why AI?
So we've been using AI for over a decade now in our product, and it helps us to go through the massive amounts of data required. There's many millions of components in these complex industrial control systems. So AI is a very great tool for us to use to get through tracking all their communications, all the vulnerabilities that may take place. It's just a lot of information, and AI makes good use of it.
So if I'm let's say an industrial control system, and I'm some kind of industry 4.0 manufacturing plant, state-of-the-art vision control systems, and trying to spot defects with edge computing, and I've got sensors, and I've got all these different products from all these different manufacturers. How do you ensure all of that is working?
Yeah, indeed, that's a great question. We start with monitoring the network. We also monitor the airspace. We also monitor the endpoints directly and go deep into the protocols themselves. We look at how they're being used, who's using them, what type of actions they're taking. We also look at anomalies in the process itself. So let's say, for example, one of those sensors picked up on something that was strange. Our AI and machine learning based product will be able to pick up on an anomaly in the actual process, regardless of where it originated from.
Great. So in the past, one of the challenges with systems that are using AI to detect anomalies in large-scale systems would have a lot of false positives, meaning that humans would be wasting time. How do we ensure that is minimized?
Yeah, that's a great point. We are now in our third generation of artificial intelligence to minimize that type of a problem. Anomaly detection, in fact, is a key part of, a key source of false positives in these infrastructures. So that's where our AI comes in to really help minimize those false positives, get through them, and make sure that we're not raising alerts for things that aren't true. And also, the more information you have, the more intelligence you have, the less false positives you're going to actually raise.
Okay, are there any horror stories you can tell us about without the NSA coming in shutting us down during mid-interview?
Quite a few. Do you have an hour? No, not to do with our product, but there's quite a bit of insecurity out there in the cyberspace. A lot of our defenders are very under-resourced. They don't have the funding they need. They don't have the manpower. They don't have access to the tools and the technologies, particularly in our water sector, is especially vulnerable. So there's quite a few horror stories going around where folks are trying to do the right thing. They're being told they have to do it by a regulator, and yet they don't have the ability to write a check to move forward on these projects.
Yeah, that's pretty scary. We know the first attack that I'm aware of is a dam in Rye, New York 7 years ago. The Iranian hackers hit the dam, and had they done it at a different time of year, there could have been loss of life, and thankfully there was none, and nothing really happened to the people responsible, and it continues.
Yeah, that's just one example of many that are happening around the country right now. We have the FBI ringing the alarm bells in front of Congress over the past few weeks. We have lots of congressional hearings going on. CISA is ringing the alarm bells. There is, the enemy is not at the gates. They're saying the enemy is behind the gates. And we're finding evidence that they're deeply entrenched in our critical infrastructure. So we need to be focused on resiliency and making sure that we're doing everything we can to shore up our defenses.
Thanks. Is there any positive news that we can talk about to end the interview, or it just spend more money and get this job done right?
Now, positive AI is making an impact. It is helping the attackers, but it's also helping the defenders. It's helping us obtain more efficiencies, and those with the best and the best trained AI are the ones that are going to win this battle. And right now, the good guys are the ones with all the money and the access to the AI.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having us.